Welcome, mortal fools, to the most terrifying, spectacular show on Earth. Fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight, and take a ride with the Dark Carousel Podcast. Welcome, mortals! Let's fucking ride! On the DCP!
Today on the Dark Carousel Podcast, we set you a lovely bonus episode of us. And we're going to talk to somebody very interesting. And her name is Heather Doggett. Doggett, I think it's what it's called. Mm-hmm. I think her name is called. She runs a company called Scream Score. Do you know what Scream Score is, Steve?
Nope.
Neither do I. But what I've gathered is that she runs this company to monitor real-time heart rate, real-time fear while you are going through haunted houses. We're going to speak to her, and she's going to be behind us, but technically in front of us at the same time. So you guys take a little listen, take a watch, and she's going to show us how this works and show us what her company's all about. Steve, send that email. Yeah, really excited about this one. Put that one over there yonder. And then full screen it. And then, now will you see us back there? She should be coming on any minute. We're really excited about this one. And I honestly hope she gives a good demo, man. I'm pretty sure she will. Really excited. It's different for us. We haven't really done it before, and it's gonna be new for us. This is a new thing for us. And again, guys, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. So just be patient, love us, be happy. I sent her the thing. She should be joining in any minute. How's your day going, Steve?
It's going.
It's going good.
It's going. It's another day.
Display, everything's doing good. Awesome.
Yeah, everything's going.
Everything's going great.
Yeah, going great.
Really good. Really fantastic.
Yeah.
Guys, you guys have been absolutely amazing for us, and we're really excited to give you this bonus episode. I know the last interview with the Brighton Banshees popping off really well, and really do appreciate that, guys.
Yes.
So freaking much.
Yes.
So freaking much.
Yeah. Round of applause for you guys.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. It's all because of you.
Yeah.
We do this because of you. We do this because we love haunting, and we love haunters, and we're really excited to give that.
Do.
I'll get on that page in a second.
Yeah.
I downloaded the app too, and hopefully she can walk us through it and stuff.
Okay.
But I get it all set up and
Okay. Well. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hold your device near a Scream Store meter. Huh.
So you got to have special items to use it?
Maybe. I don't know. She's gonna tell us.
All right. Well.
And look, it has locations and stuff, and your highest rank of your heart rate.
Okay.
My name is Dark Fane 7325. I like that. I like that a lot. It's really interesting. You know what? I'm usually cold down here, but right now I'm profusely sweating. My armpits are nice and sweaty for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Tell you what, this man over here purchased some pretty cool shit. Really, really cool stuff. Shout out to Small Rig. It's
fancy.
It is fancy.
It's fancy.
Man, the opportunities that are coming our way, man. It's.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know next week we have that interview with.
We got all different stuff.
We are so busy next week, man. God. We are so busy. We have a lot of just ins and outs of what we're doing, and I know next week we got on the 10th. We're doing Cody from the Clown House. That's going to be exciting. We're just waiting on her. She's probably setting her stuff up. We got Cody, and then we got other people.
Yeah,
maybe.
Other people, maybe.
Maybe.
He's a very busy man.
I guess he is a very busy man.
Yeah.
Because MHC is this weekend in Chicago. Can't wait to see pictures and videos from that. I wonder if the Brighton Banshee's going. Or Dinwiddie.
Oh.
I know Dinwiddie's been promoting their purge thing that's been happening. They're like purging it out for the 4th of July thing. Pretty cool. Like, you should see the videos, man.
Interesting.
Yeah. They all have like matching masks, and like they're like I think they're like pink and green or purple and green, and it's like the old purge mask with the X's and neon stuff. Looks pretty sweet. That's really cool. I think we can take us a road trip sometime if we can. Laurel, where was that? That was in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
That's only 8 hours away, and New Jersey is Niagara Falls is only 6 hours away. So
you get a private jet.
Private jet?
Yeah.
I'd be down. Hello.
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 How are you?
Hello.
Greetings.
What's up?
Welcome to the Dark Carousel Podcast.
Yeah, we're excited for this one. This is new for us because we usually just do like us thing when it comes to the videos. So we hooked up like once the episode actually comes out. Your face is literally on our green screen back here, so they know you're there. You're right there. So, but it's a good way for them not to have like double screens for us, and it looks a little bit better. So they know who we're talking to, and honestly, I'm really excited about this. Let me introduce myself. My name's Arthur, and this is
I'm Steve.
Steve, and we run the podcast. We've been doing the haunt stuff as actors for. I've been doing it for 20 years, and he's been doing it for over 30 years. So together, we got about.
You guys, no way. There's no way. Do you say 20 and 30?
Yeah, I've been doing it for over 30 years.
Yeah, and then this is my 20th year.
Yep.
You guys like babies or embryos or something?
Well, I started when I was 7.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I've been going since. So I'll be 41 this year. So
And then I'll be 33 this year.
so
Nice. Okay. All right. I started in 86 with my first haunt. So
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited. I actually downloaded your app and everything to prepare myself and see the ins and outs for it. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's see what this is because it's interesting.
Cool.
I'm really excited.
well, I'm grateful for you guys wanting to chat with me because I'm new in a way. And so any chance I have to, well, honestly, to get back into haunts a little because, you can't leave ever.
Mm-mm.
Ever.
No.
Ever. So, but yeah, I'm sure we can talk about like how it all came about and my weird background if you want, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Well, let's just start off and tell us who you are and what company you run, and we can just roll with it, improv from there.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So my name's Heather, and I am trained as a zoologist, and I actually worked in zoos and aquariums my whole career, so 35 plus years. And so I have some incredible, amazing experiences. And I started running haunts in California at a zoo, and that was in about, I would say, 2000.
Okay.
My first haunt as a scare actor was when I was 13 in junior high. So we can talk about that because it was crazy.
Oh, I believe it.
And it was in a mall and it was amazing. But anyway, so I'm like a zoo and aquarium professional. And then 2 years ago, I decided to stop and see what else I could do with the skills that I had.
Mhm.
At that point, I had designed haunts in California, Florida, Utah, but with a team, of course. And but this was the first time I was doing something on my own, and I
Cool.
started my own company. I now have 3 companies. So, but the one that it's just so exciting. It's game changer level stuff here, guys, is Scream Score.
Yeah.
And so Scream Score actually was a little bit of an accident. I didn't intend to start a Halloween or haunt business. It just happened because of my 14-year-old kid, honestly.
Like Bob Ross always says, happy
Like
little
Barbara.
happy little mistakes. But sometimes those
Yeah, for
mistakes turn into
real.
something amazing. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's really cool. Now, when it comes to like setting up like Scream Score, um, where'd you come up with the name?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay. Um, well, I wanted it to be something that all haunts could get down with, no matter kind of what their vibe is, how scary, how gory, what intensity they were.
Yeah.
Um, so my logo, you notice, is kind of retro horror,
Hmm.
and it goes back to like creature features, and you're not sure if the woman is watching a movie or what is she looking at? We don't know, but what we do
Exactly.
know is that there's monsters behind her, right?
There is.
Um, and it had to have metrics. It had to have something with like score or measure. And measure sounds stupid boring. So, um, I mean, I probably put it in one of those name generators. I think I had 75 names I was playing with, and
Yeah.
then you have the game of what has already been taken
Yeah.
Right.
and what websites are available. But Scream Score, just the alliteration, it felt
It
right.
feels normal. It's like, okay, there it is.
It fits.
Yeah,
It
yeah. It
fits.
just
And
it's
plus,
like,
like you can
oh,
like, hey man,
Yeah.
dude, like if people are like haunt enthusiasts, they go through
Uh,
and if I do, what's your scream score?
what's your Scream Score? Like
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. Yeah, and it was 100% designed for the haunt industry. Like 100%. You see that in the logo. If you know my background, I have a lot of nicknames. You probably have nicknames. I have nicknames that are kind of around haunting, even though my background is in zoos and aquariums.
Yeah.
People thought if you're going to do anything else, it's going to be haunt related. And they kind of sort of were right.
Yeah.
So it seems like, you have a day-to-day career that
Yeah.
you have a passion for, and you also have a passion for, haunts and spooky stuff, which is amazing. The incorporation between those two are the complete opposite. But that's what's really cool. That's what creates a monster, like a
Yeah,
unique monster. You know,
totally. Yeah. It's funny you say that. Gosh, that's really wild that you just said that. Because I've always had the science and the metrics and the measurement side
Mhm.
of myself. And then I've always had theater, costuming, special effects makeup, like go to makeup school, theater, prosthetics,
Yeah.
design, and art,
Hmm.
and like guest experience. So I think in Scream Score, I actually again kind of like mush them together because
Yeah.
now we're talking about an incredible experience that scares the hell out of you, and we're going to measure it. So it's like, yeah, I can't believe it came together like that,
And
right?
that's really cool because a lot of the times when like you go through a haunted house, you're more of like you're about the experience, but you can backtrack your experience. Like, bro, like, dude, my heart rate was like at 140 BPM.
Right,
Uh,
right, right, right.
I was basically dying at this point. So
Totally.
tell us a little bit about Score and how do you do this?
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, I have to tell you, no offense to my designer friends and the food and beverage and everything, but scare acting is what got me hooked in the industry when I was 13. Scare actors, the family, the community, everything about creating characters and just everything for
Mhm.
me is about live acting.
Yeah,
Like it really, really is,
absolutely.
and always has been. Um, I know there's layers and everything works together, but for me, without a powerful scare actor team, it just doesn't work. That's what my haunts were. They were heavy on actors. So I always kind of thought, gosh, what would happen if we could have actors compete for scares? So it actually started a little bit that way, thinking about motivating teams at the end of the night, because we all have ways to pump up the team at the beginning of the night and at the end of the night and give out awards. But this was just another way to do it. So what happened, and I'll tell you how it started if that's okay,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
I'll tell you what it does. Um, so it was Halloween 2 seasons ago, and my son was 14, I think, and he wanted to go to a pretty scary haunt. What I thought was a scary haunt, because I'm a chicken, which is ironic. Um, and I said, I don't think I can go because they have this giant warning sign that says, if you have a heart condition, you shouldn't go in. And a couple years ago, I got a stupid like heart condition thing. So I was like, man, I wish I knew. I wish there was like a score of how scary this really is and whether I could handle it. And then my husband said, well, has anybody ever made like a Rotten Tomatoes scoring system for haunts, or like any way to measure fear? And I started doing research and found out that there wasn't really. And
Yeah, because all,
so then,
cause all you have is like review boards that
yeah,
rate, but it's mainly like review boards are more of a personal opinion in a
yeah,
way. But like with this is
this is different, man. I'll tell you, we'll
raw.
get like, yeah, we'll get into kind of how the weirdo science of it is. Um, but I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And there was a couple, and there still are some academics that would like get on the news and be like, we're going to attach all these electrodes and all this stuff, and we're going to measure people as they go through. It gets the haunt on TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. If I can create a system every haunt owner could use, and they put all the control in their hands, that would be insane. So how it works is it measures heart rate and nervous system. So a lot of people think, well, heart rate, is I can do that with like a holster monitor around my chest when I work out. But and it's part of like the equation, but it's actually not the biggest part of the equation. The
Mhm.
biggest part is, how ready are you to freak the hell out? Like, so we're measuring the fight or flight response, which is more the sympathetic nervous system, which you cannot control.
Right.
So even if you're like, oh, I'm chill, look at my heart rate, I'm chill, that does not mean that you're actually chill. You may have no chill,
Right.
actually.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
So that means if you have a Fitbit, um, Samsung, Apple Watch, Pixel Watch, and we're actually sourcing some additional fitness bands for haunt owners to actually have on site if they want to rent them out or like let people borrow them. And what it does is it picks up everything going on in your body,
wow.
and you don't have to have electrodes all over. You just have something
Just
on your
just
wrist.
your
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. So what I also was really wondering about queue lines. I mean, queue lines suck. So we have queue line entertainment, we have queue line theming. I was like, well, now we can get them smack talking in line, because people already do that when they're in line. They're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Always.
okay, Bob, I'm brave.
Yeah.
I would be a chicken
Yeah.
always.
When it comes to haunts, like again, I've been doing it for a long time, but when I go through a haunt that I don't know,
It don't even have to be a haunt.
okay.
We get him at work all the time. We get him whenever.
I'm like a little chihuahua that tucks his tail.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
mean to.
You guys both chickens? I don't believe
No.
that.
No,
I'm not.
he's not. He's chill. I'm not. I have.
I'm one of those guys. I literally can go through a haunt and not like it doesn't phase me. I go through, and the way I look at it is, horror doesn't bother me. I love it, but it doesn't bother me. I go through haunts because I fall in love with the scenery.
Yeah.
Like literally, when we went through Transworld this year, we went to the Darkness.
Mm,
That place is beautiful from
gorgeous.
head to toe. I mean, literally, they detail everything, because a lot of haunts that we go through, they're nice and everything, but they're missing detail. Like sometimes the ceiling's not covered, or
Oh, yeah.
there's holes in the haunt itself and in the scenery, and it's whatever, it's cool. I understand it. It's a budget, so I understand that.
Yeah.
But the darkness, it was beautiful.
It was a speechless thing. 'Cause I
Yes,
remember, like,
me and him walked out. We're like, that was just beautiful. I don't even know how to describe it. It was just amazing.
I was scared, but I was also at the fact, like, my mind was so discombobulated, I didn't know how to, like, restructure myself because of all the amount of stuff that I've seen. But my heart was pounding with so much excitement because, again, there wasn't that many haunt actors, but the way the owner and the design team
Yep.
really sets up the animatronics to make it more themed for each room, you
Mm.
really just walk out of there just like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me breathe. You can't take it in. But I was
Well,
like,
I felt
it was great.
I actually love it, and that's why I like the lights on tours because one, giant chicken, but two, I really, really, really want to find whoever painted or designed it and say, "Holy cow, you
Yeah.
guys! I mean, this is top notch
Yeah.
movie set level." And then I went to Eastern State Penn during the Eastern Haunters convention, and I went to somewhere that's actually like a haunted, like Brighton,
Yeah.
like those really, really old buildings, and that takes it to a completely different level.
Mhm.
Like,
They are crazy.
holy,
They don't only use lighting or scenery, they use wind, they
Yep.
use
oh,
floor movement, everything
oh,
about that place. When I've never been, but I've watched a walkthrough,
unreal.
and I was like, holy shit. Like, this is next level special effects.
It is a gorgeous, gorgeous art form, just as much as the scare actors and then the ops people making sure it runs well. I mean, it's like I think haunts to me are one of the most like unseen, maybe underappreciated
Mhm.
forms of art. I think it's just ridiculous. I love all of it.
Yeah.
Makeup room, themed drinks, like food challenges. I'm all any of it. But anyway, I should probably show you how this works, right? I should, right?
Well, before you
Yeah,
start,
yeah,
when like that's like our goal.
yeah.
So I was talking to somebody about like our podcast and stuff, and the guy was like you guys are like scouts. I'm like, well, a scout? He's like, like scouts for like, how like NFL or MLB, or
Totally.
you guys watch out for people that have opportunities in the haunt world, that has talent that's not being shown, and you're giving us the opportunity to show
Oh,
it. And it's like, whoa, dude, like you. So like I was talking to Steve, and him and I were just talking, and I said, because we used to talk to so many haunt owners, and we're like, well, haunt owners don't really, run the pages. Haunt actors do. Haunt
oh,
actors,
oh yeah.
haunt actors run that stuff because they're trying to put themselves out there because they're proud of their work.
Mhm.
So we were talking, we were searching, and we keep an
It
eye
took
out.
us years to dial this in.
It took about 6 years to find our niche,
Yeah.
but
Not the niche.
the
Yeah.
little niche. But when we finally found it, it was like, wow, people are really starting to connect with us,
Yeah.
and people are appreciating us. So we're like, all right, let's just keep going with this.
Yeah.
We just threw it out there, and here we are, and it's like, wow, this is the build. I think just like when you're starting something, it is you think deep inside, it's like, I don't know about this, but the journey is the most important thing.
So true. You guys are dropping all of the truth right now. You're downing yourself all the time, and you're like, but then you're gonna find the right people. Like you're
Mhm.
gonna find the people that the content connects to, and it
Yes.
may not be who you thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
But for me, I've got some owners, big haunts, little haunts, but one thing that I've found is true is they're looking for something different and they're looking for something new that they've never seen before. They've got that kind of hunger. They've
Mhm.
got a lot of the other stuff dialed in, and they're like, yeah, I know, we're good in all these parts, but this is something different. And I think that's why they're interested,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah, it's
Um,
awesome. It's
I
awesome.
brought I brought a prop,
Sweet.
um, and it's weird looking, and it's like all like
Oh, look at that.
Frankensteiny and funky and awesome, and
Yeah.
It's a voltmeter from
Oh.
1920s.
Wow.
Dang.
I know this thing is like heavy as hell. It's about, I don't know.
That's
like
what you
3.5
carry when you're
pounds.
walking through the haunt to
No,
smack
this is-
people.
Yeah, this is really, anyway. So what I did is I wanted to show people you can actually put this system on anything, including an actor.
Mhm.
So if you have somebody in the queue line walking around or a couple of scare actors, you can actually put our hardware on their costume or on their prop if you want. So this one is like a weird prop that maybe like an Igor or some mad scientist would use, right? And this teeny thing right here in the middle,
Mhm.
that is what actually makes it all work. So people will download the app
Okay.
and they can do that at home
Mhm.
when they buy tickets, or they can do it in the queue line. So they download the app, they have the app, and then somehow the scare actor or the owner is going to ask them to tap. So it's a tap to start. So it's just like tapping to pay.
like that, right? Basically.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to show you. So we got the same thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
And all it says is activate scream score. So I know it's kind of washed out, but it says activate scream score. So you
Yeah.
push it, and then it brings up this scanning feature. So now I'm going to just scan. So all I'm going to do is going to touch. I'm doing it backwards. It's hard to do backwards. Hold on.
Now, is the heart rate that's coming off your watch, or is that
Oh,
just like
Oh yeah. So yeah, well, what you're seeing, you're talking about that little like pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real time heart rate for me. Okay, so I just clicked on it, and
Okay.
it has like a little thing up here that says check your watch. I'm like, all right. So I have an Apple Watch on.
Yeah.
So I go to the Apple Watch. I find where the app is. By the way, the app automatically downloads to your watch. So, all right. So now here we're going. I'm at 100. And if I look down here, so I'm like 103, 100. So they're both measuring at the same time. And then now it's like started, and it says end session. That wasn't there before. This is what you're going to push when you get out of the haunt.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through, I'm going to keep showing you guys if you can see.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're
Yep.
we're synced up. So what this is doing is it's showing the audience that it's measuring heart rate. That's heart rate, but that's not the final calculation. The final calculation is also going to be nervous system. But we wanted to show people something that looks like, oh, it's working. Okay, I get it. A lot of owners don't want people holding their phones because, they'll throw them or hit
Lose
them or
them. Yeah.
hit them or lose them. Right. So you can actually now, like, I'm going to just put this into my pocket. If I really wanted, I could still look down at my watch, and I'm going through the haunt. I zipped up my pocket. I'm going through the haunt. I'm getting scared left and right, chased out of the haunt probably, right? And then there's going to be a sign that the owner says get your scream score over at the merch tent. Be sure to hit end session. So what they do, now I'm pulling my thing out and I hit end session. Do you hear that little sound? It's so cute. Yeah. It says you have a new scream score. So I'm like, oh, I do? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go over here, and I have every score from every haunt I've ever attended, ever. So if I go to haunts in multiple states, they're going to show up here.
Mhm.
If I go on a roller coaster that has scream score, it'll show up, or a scary movie, whatever, anything.
Yeah.
So a couple things about this. I got an automated name when I download the app, but I can change that if I want. So there's
Yeah.
a little thing that's like change, and I can change my username. Let's see what else. It'll tell me how many experiences I've ever done, which is 7. My highest score, my highest ranking was 12th place. And my top score of all time is 86.857. So 86 out of 100.
Oh, wow.
So that's up there. But my lowest score was 49.9.
Hmm.
Okay. And then it also says in this one here, it says, where was my scariest experience? And it'll tell me, oh, it was at Brighton, or it was Legends of the Fog, or wherever I got the most scared. So this is like my own competition scoreboard.
Yeah.
And then the other feature, this is something people do also in the queue, is they go over to group, and it says up here, do you want to start a group or do you want to join a group? This is for the people you came with. So if you and your buddies and two carfuls of people are now in the queue line together and you want to compete just as a team with just the 8 of you, let's say, then just one person will say create, and they get this QR code.
Oh, okay.
Everybody who's in their little team will scan it, and now you're on like a micro team.
Okay.
So there's a third way you compete. So you're competing with your friends, you're competing with yourself, and then the haunt owners get like a website that they can put on a TV screen that shows the best scores of all time for the. It also will show the best times of the night, or the best scores of the night.
Yeah.
So, so you're competing friends, yourself, and the haunt.
See, and that's
pretty cool.
That's brilliant, because when okay, I'm kind of speechless for a second. Hold on.
Take a breath.
I'm taking a breath for a second. No, that's really, really cool, because it's like as an actor of doing this for so long, you always want to know, you always talk amongst your friends. You always have like your people come up and say, dude, I did this, I did that.
Yep.
Prove it.
Well, right.
Exactly. But there's the proof.
Yeah.
You know?
No, this is it. Yeah.
And it's like, and plus it helps haunt owners to see what they need to improve to have more scarier nights.
Yeah, this is where it gets crazy. Okay. This is, for me, at the end of the night, the manager or the shift leader or whoever walks into the makeup room, and on their phone has a dashboard, which I haven't even showed yet, but has a dashboard of the average for the night. So, and we can do that by hour, by day, by week, by anything. So he or she can say, I want to see if the monsters in Slaughterhouse last night were overall scarier than the monsters that were in Slaughterhouse tonight. And you have those numbers like right in your phone.
Yeah.
And a really cool guy I was talking to today, he was saying that he actually wants to put that leaderboard on like a laptop or a smart TV in the break room.
Yeah. That way they
So
can
that,
see. Yeah.
because as the scores are coming in, you're seeing them. You're not only just seeing the average, you're actually seeing them come in as they come in.
Oh yeah.
So
like a graph basically going up, or is it more of a just like bars going up, or
it's like bars, yeah. And so that's night to night competition, which I think is great. But then you can also do attraction A versus attraction B. So you've got Hayride versus Mansion, right? Or you've got queue line actors in this area for queue line actors against this. I mean, it's kind of unlimited, whatever you want to do. And that's not even the marketing stuff. Like the marketing stuff is crazy.
I believe it. It's probably exhausting, but it's probably fun too.
Oh, it's so fun, because the ideas are just, people are like, hey, could you do this? Could we do that?
That's so freaking cool. Yep. And that helps so much, because it's like other haunts, they don't.
I think it's going to help out all different ways. And I mean, like I said, not even just in the public thing, but in the business aspect of it as well. I think it's going to help haunts out, and it's going to help them not only just for fun, but it's going to help them. Okay, I need to perform better here. I need to fix this here. I need to adjust that or this. So overall, I think,
and it helps like good. When like like customer flows come in, they know when the scariest part happens. Like, all right, so if they start seeing consistency of 9 o'clock being the best times, they know to start to amp up a little bit more earlier, so they can be prepared. That is a cool idea.
It's like okay, so what happens if a haunt is an hour and a half long trail walk combination, hayride, zombie paintball, whatever,
Yeah.
right? And let's say it's like one queue line, but then you're out there for an hour and a half. Okay,
Mhm.
some incredibly cool things. One, we need no Wi-Fi, no cell data out in the haunts.
Yeah.
Okay, so it works without that. Um, Secondly, you can put additional hardware anywhere you want. So it's not just one start and then one end. If you want to break it up and be like, okay, I need to really dial into the first section here because I feel like that's supposed to be our finale and it's just, I don't know. I don't even know if it is. Then there's ways for the haunt owner only to break up the section. Now, the audience is still going to get the one score. You know,
Yeah.
like I went on that thing, I got one score. But the haunt owner now knows where they were when they were getting those averages. So they're getting a full average of the hour and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're getting more data however they want to slice it,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, insane, I think, because if I had an old part of my haunt that it was like a tried and true, it's really, really good, we don't need to do anything. I mean, I kind of want to see though. I'd want to look and say, is that true? Is it kind of like
Yeah.
a legacy haunt tradition and people love it? Or is it starting to not keep up with what the audience is expecting, you know? And this is just data for people to work with now.
Yeah, that is that. Hold on, I don't know how to explain that because that's just more of a. Oh man, dude, that is so freaking wild because that helps so much to compete with like the aspect of the haunt itself to really improve on themselves. It improves with the haunt owners. It improves with like everything. And
Yeah.
the you can analyze your data when it comes to the heartbeat. You can analyze everything when it comes to oh my god.
Yeah.
You
Well, I'm
got
a
it.
dork. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
super dork, you know, like I know not everybody is the person that wants to like use data like I like, but I bet everybody wants to give their queue lines something to do. And
No.
they
Yes.
want them to go to the merch tent to see the scores, like
Yeah.
the scores on the TV, you can't see anywhere else.
No.
You you see what I mean?
Mhm.
So you can pull the audience. Oh, and you can put it on social media at the end of the night.
Yeah.
You can do challenges on social. You can hook up your influencers and have them like live screen record their experience and overlay it over a GoPro. You can have like ABC News weather dude versus NBC News weather dude and see who's going to get the best scream score. What? I mean, that's so much fun to me, I think. I think it's just fun. I
I
don't know.
think you have something that is going to change the way haunts run. They're going to make haunts more exciting because it's like there are so many haunts out there that really just are driving for attention.
Oh yeah.
They're really wanting that initial thing for the scares.
Oh yeah.
And oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, for some reason our pro thing is saying that we have 7 minutes. I just upgraded it so we can still continue this conversation.
Oh,
So
no worries.
if it cuts out, we'll end up
I'll just
having you
keep
come back.
going.
Yeah, that's fine. Um, but it really gives opportunities to so many people because a lot of I've noticed as I get older and being in the haunt industry for so long, it feels like in the normal life for normal people, they're like, a haunt's a haunt, but they're not seeing the bigger picture, you know? So you can get people that are not really into haunt to do more of, you know, a competition, like you said, or you
Yeah.
can do an immersive scares. And it's like, well, you can prove people wrong and say, well, You said you weren't scared, but your heart rate's telling me different.
Don't lie to me.
Don't you lie to me, mister. That's a really cool idea. And plus, I know for a fact that, like, other haunts that are really passionate and dedicated to their haunt, they're going to want to know. Not just from the review boards, not just from comments off Google or Yellow Pages or whatever. They're going to see these scores and say, wow, I'm really on my fucking game right now. Or, wow, I'm really not on my game right now. You know?
Yeah,
And
I mean, I'm with you, man. I mean, my whole point was to give a tool, and then the haunt owners and it's also influencers. There's haunt owners, influencers, reviewers, bloggers. There's a lot of people, paranormal, ghost hunting groups are interested. Paintball,
Yeah.
zombie paintball is extremely like combining two things. Because you think about paintball as an example, like professional paintball gaming, right? There's not really there's not a way to keep score except for obviously but you could kind of tell. But now there's a way, like, can you win but also be calm under pressure, or are you freaking the hell out?
Yeah.
I
Wow.
mean, I would see in a midway an opportunity for like a gallows, like a stage where audience members come up, they get the system put on them, and a scare actor comes out of nowhere and sees what their scream score gets, and then if they get above 85, they get put on the leaderboard, or you say a 4-pack of tickets to whoever gets the highest score of the night or the lowest. I don't know.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's really cool because, and it's not even, I don't even think it, even the haunts and stuff, like how you said a little bit ago, the roller coasters, the thrill behind it.
oh yeah.
And you can use it for
Oh,
thrill.
yeah.
You can use it for, venues. You can use it for, you can literally use it for anything.
It's endless app. I
That's
think
a-
you can use it for whatever.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. This is bizarre, but cool. We're going to be at IAPA, which is, the big amusement attractions industry show in Orlando,
Yep.
Mhm.
right? You guys know. So we're going to be speaking this year, and this is so crazy. We're going to be using it to see how scared people are before a training. And this is for business. Like,
Okay.
how scared are you of public speaking?
Yeah.
How scared are you of having to have a hard conversation with a coworker? And we're going to actually measure the audience's reaction when we're talking about these things and telling them that they're going to need to do it, and then train them, and then see again if they were able to conquer that fear, and
Yeah.
if they were able to change their score.
And you can also use it for like movie premieres.
Oh, come on.
Like,
Oh my gosh.
Like before the movies actually come out, and
Oh.
huge horror movies come out, and it's like, all right, we need to get a score before we really put this out on the streets.
Yeah.
So they get the score, and there it is, and there's proof that this is gonna be
Like when they do the premieres and stuff, that'd be nuts. Especially like, what if you send that on like the movie Terrifier?
Oh. Oh.
I don't think your thing goes that high.
It doesn't go that high.
Yeah.
No, I would break it. It'd be like
Yeah.
smoke. No, I totally agree. I mean, I think about all the ways you can play, and it's meant to be fun. That's the thing. This is not, there are other highly technical ways to assess all the things going on with an
Yeah.
audience. And a lot of companies do use biometrics to like prototype or to do audience testing, right? The thing that I like, though, this is like now gamified for the audience to play against their friends. It's recreational,
Mhm.
you know. I'm talking to you, Eli Roth. I'm I know you have a yeah, man, let's like hook everybody up and have fun and see who got the most scared, and then interview them and be like, hey, you got the highest score. What was that like? Oh,
Well, and plus, like, you can use it on the haunt actors itself, and monitor like their adrenaline of scaring these
oh,
customers.
totally.
And
I
that
mean,
is that's so brilliant.
do you guys get nervous before you go out ever, or is it more? Do you think it's more of an excitement, anticipation vibe?
It's more of a flip of a switch. You can't like
Ooh.
it's really hard to explain to, because like at our haunt we have, ours is a park, so we have 6 attractions. You know, thousands of people come a night, and it can be a little intimidating. We have nights where we call it biker night, and there's over 4 or 5,000 people that are bikers. So
Mhm.
that kind of worries us a little bit because bikers are badass. Bikers, you heard it all from bikers, and you're like, all right. So when you go out there and it's asses and elbows, it's like, all right, what do I do?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're sitting there and you're like, okay,
So what's this gonna do when this?
if I approach this man, and is he gonna put me to sleep like NyQuil, or is he gonna have a good time and laugh? What's gonna happen? But that's the joy and the adrenaline behind it of improving. It's like, all right, let's fill these people out, but to know where you stand mentally and in your chest, your nervous system and
Be
stuff.
really interesting. I
It's like,
really.
What's this gonna do,
You're
Tech Man?
assessing your own. Like, are you able to harness
What's that gonna
the
do?
adrenaline?
I don't know.
We're just gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. I already paid for it, so it's like,
I know. I'm just curious what it's gonna do.
and if it does it again, she can just rejoin when we
Alright.
can jump by then. That is.
Yep, there we went.
Okay, cool.
Well, we'll just redo it.
No, send her another email.
So it says upgrade today, though.
We'll upgrade him.
What do I have to do?
Here, hold on. Technical difficulties, guys. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
That was, dude, that is such a brilliant idea. Where's a thing?
You have to hit invite
Invite.
and then type her stuff in.
Sorry, guys.
I told you, I was like, I didn't know what it was gonna do.
I knew it was gonna happen.
So what was it again?
Just type in Heather. And yep, right there.
All right.
All right, she'll be back in just a second. Here we are live.
I know. I was
and
watching it count down, so I didn't know what it was gonna do.
Makes us look professional.
Hey, I didn't know it had a time frame on it.
I didn't either. We never really do Zoom.
Again, I didn't know it had a time frame on it. So again, it was a lesson learned.
It's a lesson learned, guys. Listen. Now we know. Now we know.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, that's my fault. I don't.
That's a-
Welcome back.
Hello. Yeah. No, I'm really, really digging what you're saying about that's another dimension, right? Is performance,
Yes. Yes.
right? Yeah, not just only the impact on the audience, but how are you doing? How pumped are you? And I would argue, having done theater and a little bit of scare acting, but more theater and interviews and whatever it is, I want to have that energy level and I want to have that excitement. I want to have that adrenaline. I think it makes us better, and there's research that shows that it does. When you walk in pretty dull, like not really elevated, it can have an effect on your performance. And a lot of people would be like, oh, well, that's because I'm not scared anymore and I'm a pro. But I think even being a pro, you still want to have big energy. Like you're ready to go. Yeah.
Wow.
So now, are you attending all the trade shows and everything like Transworld and all that stuff?
Well, I'm having like massive FOMO because I didn't go to Midwest Haunters. I talked to Jen and Rich a couple days ago, and I think we're going to do something pretty wicked for Transworld, because I had a plan to gamify and make sort of a gamified playground for Midwest, but I think we're talking Transworld for next year for that. So it's like, what? But I've been at East Coast Haunters twice as a vendor, and I was at Transworld this year as a vendor. And I haven't done IAPA as a vendor, but I'm going to be speaking.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah, so if anybody out there is like, hey, you got to go to this show or this show or this show, hit me up. It's just I did kind of break my toe this week, so I was on the edge I was like on the edge of going to Midwest, and then
Mm.
my toe broke, and I was like, nah,
Nope, never mind.
yep, can't do it. Because
We usually we
I go
usually
hard.
try to hit we try to hit the shows the best we can, just depending on how our work schedule is. Like,
Yeah,
like MHC is good and all, but it's small and it's mainly designed more for the haunters. Unlike Trans World is, you don't really dress up. You're more going as a vendor to promote your haunt and, masks, costumes, all other stuff. So with
Right.
your app here, I think Trans World will be a hit for you.
It's gonna eat you up.
I think you'll love it. I think it'll be awesome.
Transworld. It's like, so what was crazy about Transworld is we came out like a bit early
Mhm.
because I only had Apple watches at the time. And now with Android is going to be done. It has to be done by the beginning of July,
Mhm.
and we're in development now. We already have the Android app testing, so it's like, holy crap.
There it is.
The reason why Android to me was so important is because this allows haunt owners to now go on Amazon, buy a fitness band that is compatible,
Yeah.
has to be compatible, and test it out, and then this was not my idea. This was an owner's idea. They're like, oh, hell yeah. I'm going to buy like 5 or 6 of those and rent them out.
Mhm.
And I'm going to make my money back
Yep.
in the first night.
And then
I was
every
like,
year you just double it, and then eventually
holy,
you just rent them out all night long.
And
exactly.
then if they want, they can start like a little thing where they can start selling the product.
100%.
Like,
I
like-
mean,
Maybe down the road, like you'll make your own little bands and stuff,
Yeah.
we are already talking to the people
Let's
about that.
go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
But the thing was, I just wanted to get it out really fast because I knew I was like, this is big deal.
Mhm.
So I wanted to get it out, and I didn't have.
Well, even then, though, it's a great idea. Just what you got is awesome to start with.
Well, and
Thank
plus,
you.
like what's cool though, there's some extreme haunts. There was, I don't know, I think what's it called, Cincinnati Fear Fest or something. It's here in
Yeah.
Ohio, but they're a full on hands contact haunt,
Right.
and
That right there, you really want to see a rating
and,
go
and,
up.
and it's not even just about having like I don't know if you thought about this, maybe an idea for you, but
Yeah.
you can get like a little heart rate band, like a normal
Yeah.
wristband, and you can connect it, and if the ticket's $30, but if you want to upgrade your ticket for an additional $15-$20, you can attach Scream Score to it, and then after the haunt they can print out like
We can prove to you that you got destroyed.
you can print out a
Yes.
certificate and say that this is your heart rate through the whole entire haunt.
Yep.
And it can have your name on it, and that haunt could potentially make more money. Your company can make more. What the fuck? That's
Yeah.
so cool.
This is
Dark
what I'm
Carousel
saying.
promoted.
This is what. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, this is what we're saying. I mean, I think some designers asked me. So these are the dudes that are at Transworld selling design services and
Uh-huh.
fabrication, and they said or asked, could we go in and get a baseline for a client at the end of their last season and redo their whole thing, redo the theming, redo the characters and the music and all the things, and then retest it? And because of course it's going to go up, it's going to be scarier. Can we use that in our marketing as designers to say we took this room from an average of 87 to an average of 92?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, you can. Absolutely, you can. Like 100%.
Wow.
It seems like it's endless. The app is gonna blow up, and I think, again, with all the endless things, you're gonna be able to do whatever you want. The data, and just to have the fun with it, and then back to the business aspect of it. Haunt owners alone, yes, are gonna blow it up, but again, in concert venues, I mean, it's endless. I mean, that's all you can say. It's endless. You can do whatever you want with it.
Extreme sports.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, skydiving.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh,
all
base jumping.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Um,
Bungee
yeah, I mean,
jumping.
and it's just It's a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
paranormal, I mean, just going through on investigations, yeah, it's pretty fantastic. I have a lot of people who have helped out. There's a lot of haunts that tested it when it was kind of like a little bit booty crap, not working the best,
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think you're gonna have much time to play at the zoo anymore. I think you're gonna be working on this
no,
full time.
yeah, no, no. I think we're ready to go hard on.
Yeah, this app is gonna keep you busy.
I
Wow.
hope so. I hope
Yeah.
it's helpful to people.
Yeah.
I will tell you, let's be really real. People want to know, um, like right now, 2025, unlimited use. When they get the system, it's unlimited use. I mean, it's not per user. There's no per user cost. They
Yeah.
pay $400 for a month and they have the full system to measure an attraction.
That's
Like
awesome.
that's not very much money for even a smaller haunt.
Yeah.
Talk to me in 3 years, maybe it's crazier and different. I don't know. But right
Yeah.
now, yeah, like and there's haunts that are doing off-season stuff that we're talking to, and it's a different model for
Mhm.
that. We will we'll charge something that makes sense if somebody only has 2 weekends outside of the haunt season. Like,
Yeah.
let's not be jerks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's instant. Like I send you an envelope with the instructions and what to do. And I would say I wouldn't recommend doing it the same day, but probably by the next day you're up and you're running. So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of reviewers are interested. A lot of influencers want to take it around. That's not what I originally thought. People would want it for, because for me it's owners and actor centric.
Mhm.
But I'm open to ideas.
Yeah. Like I know for a fact if like no, we had it, dude. I'd use the hell out of it and really just like show people like, hey man, like you got to go to this haunt. Like trust me, like you're gonna have to go. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Well, again, I just think with us doing the show and all the people we've met, I think again, just looking at your product, I think in general it's going to go far. And just
Thank you.
again, it's one of the things that I don't even think it's going to hurt. I think we should even mention it to our haunt
Yeah.
and see what he says. The owner, see what because he's always looking for the next big thing.
It's
And I
gotta
think
be.
that right there would be awesome because honestly, majority of the people that you see now do have some type of a smartwatch. So I think, like you said, here by July it should be ready on Android. So again,
You got something.
yep.
You got it.
Again, I think we're gonna have to talk to some haunts here that we go to and say, hey, this is what you're getting.
Yeah. And plus it'll like as like a podcast, like how we run our stuff, we can be like, yo, like so like we're talking to a haunt owner and it's like, what's your scream score?
Yeah. What's your? They're like, what's that? Tell me about this.
It's like I got
Yeah,
you.
I got it.
I got you. I can let you know.
We're sending brochures.
That's amazing. I will send you all of the cookies, beer, and pizza
Yes.
you need. Like
Yes.
whatever it is that needs to happen. I think, the real challenge here is when you go to Trans World and Rich and Jen and their whole team have just been
Oh, I'm a kid in
amazing.
the candy shop.
Oh my God, and they had me on Trans World Live, right?
Uh-huh.
Before Trans World, and which was so fun and so nice. And I remember him saying the hard thing is going to be tech is hard in haunts because it's not, you can't see it really. Like
Mhm.
it's an experience, and you can see it on the scoreboards and it's on the watches, it's in the
Yeah.
app, but you're going to get swallowed up at Trans World because there's so many things to see.
Yep.
And it's totally true, because that's what I go there for. I
Yeah.
go there for the monsters and something that's like a little bit different than I've ever seen. Tech is hard, and
It is, but I think if you surround yourself with a good team and you
yeah,
prepare and you go and set up your booth and you space it out with you and your team, like, okay, I want to go walk around for a minute or two, go check some things out, then I'll come back. And you constantly roam and you take breaks, I think you'll benefit from it. I really do.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I mean, you guys are your own personal billboard, and to promote it itself, it's like how he said, just walk and
Bet.
talk.
if I run into you at Trans World, by golly, I'll help you throw some stuff around.
Absolutely.
Yay.
We'll
Yeah.
walk around, say, hey, go check this out. We'll yell at some people for you.
Yeah, that'd be so
Aw.
cool. Yeah.
We did a challenge at East Coast Haunters that was we had a T-shirt that said "Scream Score Champion,"
Mhm.
and so scare actors as they were roaming, because there was a lot of scare actors roaming at East Coast, and if they came by, this was a stupid idea because I get scared and I have a heart condition, but whatever. So I said, if you scare me the best, then you get the T-shirt.
Yeah.
And that was wild, man. I
That's
got
cool.
really scared. It was not right. And I've seen photos of your characters.
Thank you.
There's no way I want to meet you in character ever.
Yeah, I would never
Like,
want to meet my
you
character
right now.
either.
No.
Yeah, he's got a sick mind. There's
Yeah,
multiples
I
of them.
just, oh my God. So, but we had so much fun. And they came back, and it was cool because they would come back 2 hours later with a hot dog in their hand and be like, has anyone beat my score yet? And I'm like, nope, you're still at the top.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I mean, just the endless possibilities of not even just haunts, the thrills,
Yep.
the build up, the
Yeah.
just knowing, like, all right, dude, it's like you're eager to get through this haunt to know what your score is. It's like winning a
Yeah.
football game. It's like, oh, come on, dude, I gotta see what I got, because some people, like, amongst friends and stuff, they can be like, yo, I'm gonna bet you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, you're not only helping, haunt owners, yourself, and everybody else, you're also helping bets. So it's like, yes.
That's right.
so
I
cool.
bet you my scream score is going to be higher than yours
Yeah.
because I'm a huge chicken.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, I think we're going to see there's going to be some big surprises because you see the person that has that instant reflex where they reach out, they throw the
Yeah.
phone, they hopefully don't break a nose,
Yep.
but they thought they were fine, and then all of a sudden they're not fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's the point.
Those are the ones that I think are going to have the most fun with this
Yeah.
because sometimes their scores are going to be really, really high, and they are going to be harassed and teased about that for years. Like Mac talking like, okay, well, let's go back next year and see if you're still the biggest baby, I mean, I am all for it.
That's so cool. Now, like when it comes to setting up like apps and designing and let's get technical a little bit. Like how's that set
Yeah.
up? Like, do you have like a whole team that gets this going for you?
Yes and no. So when I first started, I am not the person that should be designing an app. Like, no way. Like, ask anybody, including my husband and my son. I'm a little bit stupid when it comes to tech. I'm okay, but it's just not where I live,
Yeah.
So I actually called an incredible colleague that I worked with about 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, I have a crazy idea. And if you think this is spicy, we should totally do it. And he's in IT, and he has already published apps to the App Store.
Mhm.
And he heard the idea and was like, I'm totally in.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
So it was just him and me for the first year and a half. And then when I needed to design Android, I didn't know anybody who designed Android. So I had to go find a company. I landed on the most amazing team who actually has been in haunts for years, like 20 years, and happen to now run a tech company,
Yeah.
but have actually been to Transworld and
Yeah.
have launched products to our industry. And those are the guys that are now designing the Android side. I'm so lucky, like really lucky, but I don't know how to code at all.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
I have a group of people helping.
That's awesome. That is so cool. And like you have a website too for it, right?
I do, yeah, and that's really how the designers or anybody who wants to do it, just they fill out the form on the website, or to make it easy, they can just send a message on Instagram. And what we usually do is we do a live demo, answer all the questions they have, and then we send the hardware out and they can get started.
Wow. And typically, how long does it usually take for people to start setting everything up? And like, is it compatible when it comes to like, how you said you wanted like like a graph or something up on the break room or something, like that'd be pretty simple, wouldn't it?
So that is provided to them by us like right out of the kit.
Mhm.
So they just get a website, and that website has just their information, and then there's two buttons at the bottom of that website which are also websites, and you can take that, put it into a smart TV.
Mhm.
That's all you do.
Okay.
Like
Wow.
that's it. So they don't have to set anything up. It's when they say we want it, we program their hardware, which is that little thing that goes in the mail, and then we also program them in as a user and we just email them their website. That's it.
Hmm. Wow. I mean, that is,
It's easy.
yeah, that's,
It's like easy enough for me to do it.
We like easy.
yeah, that is,
Yeah,
my
yeah. It's like it's easy. But I think a lot of the people that listen to your podcast are going to have ideas that are even better than what I've thought of. And most of the cool ideas have come from owners and actors and just haunt lovers. So if anybody has an idea, don't be like, oh, I bet it doesn't do that, so it's dumb. No, just ask us. Like
Yeah.
maybe it does, or
Yeah.
maybe it could,
yeah,
or maybe we can work something out.
Well, and
So
that's the good thing with the conventions. I mean, I think in general, if you're able to hit as many as you can up, hit them up because, again, MHC is more based off the haunter itself. So, therefore, if you get the actor's point of view, you might find something else.
yeah, and the atmosphere, like at Trans World, everybody's talking,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, I mean, I've gone to Transworld, I think 3 times now, but only once as a vendor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, it's a totally different experience. And the thing that is overwhelming to me about Transworld is this is just a really cool industry. People are really awesome,
Yeah.
nice, like creative, party people. Like that's my people.
It's like, it's just like one big family.
It really is, and people would not believe us.
No,
when
and it's so like I tell a lot of guys at work, and I tell people all the time that, like, I said, dude, the haunt industry opened me up with so many opportunities,
Yep.
and like I didn't really start focusing on the haunt industry until like my like 14th year of haunting, and I really started diving deep into my character. Then I started, like, him and I started opening up like huge like bands, like shows and stuff. And then the opportunities that was going from there, I'm like, holy crap, I'm starting to feel like a somebody. And then him and I fully connected again in 2018, and we just started coming up with like ideas of how to improve, how to do this, how to do that. And then him and I came up with the Dark Carousel Podcast, and we started in the corner in this basement at a shitty table and a MacBook and like
And
maybe
some cement bare walls. I mean, it was just
it was
plain.
bad. And then we
Now we have a full functioning studio with everything, and it's took us years to build, but I mean, we've done it. I mean,
and
now we're getting fancy, putting green screens up and all this other stuff. So.
and it's like like I said earlier, the journey is probably the most remarkable thing about any company, about any person. And it's about building your story, because you can't build an empire overnight. That's not the truth. I mean, if you got it, it's cool. But the people that really strive for it, the people that really work for it, the dedicated, heart, blood, sweat driven people, that's what makes a story. And I think with our journey, with your journey, is more remarkable than anybody. And it's like when you talk to these haunt actors, they could be, yeah, before I was haunting, I was just a nobody. But these random people came to me with open arms and made me feel like that somebody. And it's like that's what the haunt industry is.
That's right.
We accept the rejects. We accept everybody.
Hmm.
And that's the coolest thing about the haunt industry.
What did he call the people at Hell's Dungeon?
He called us. He called all haunters rejects.
Yeah, we were all rejects.
Because nobody. And the way he said it is like, it's not like the definition of a reject. It's more so just like, you know, if you can't be normal to the normal society, you can be yourself here. If you want to dress up as a clown or you want to dress up like, you know, whatever you want,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna judge you.
Yeah, you're accepted.
You're accepted,
Yep.
and that's
Yeah.
what's cool about the haunt industry. It makes you feel like you.
It's so special. I was at East Coast and I went over to the hotel, afterwards because you got to do that.
Yeah.
And there was this haunt family around the fire pit outside. I didn't know any of them and I could, but I needed somewhere to sit and eat my really messy, I think it was like a burrito or something. I was like, "Hey, can I just sit with you guys for a second?" And I met the most amazing people and it happens over and over. The other thing that is weird about scaring is it's kind of there's a bit of a therapeutic benefit too, to the audience. Like what's really crazy is, first of all, it's wicked fun to scare people to death, yes, but also people watch scary movies and they go to haunts because it's this controlled fear. It's a controlled scary environment that they know for the most part they're going to be fine, and it's something we need, especially since we're now like sophisticated society. But there's, I think, a part of us that still craves that, like, I got the hell scared out of me. So I think what's wild is scare actors are also creating not just a trivial experience. I mean, this is stuff that becomes part of families' memories. It's date night.
Yep.
It's just, I mean, we're part of a really big part of America, and I think it's insanely cool. I want to be a part of it as long as I can.
Yep.
And the cool thing is, like, it's like we had an interview with the Brighton Banshee from Brighton Asylum, and
Oh, yeah.
she
Scary.
told us, yes. She was talking about, the way she started her haunt and stuff, and the way I look at it, and I said it very clearly, and I loved it, and is that, some people call it horror, and we call it home.
Aw. Can we
And
make a t-shirt? Can
a
we
sh-
be doing t-shirts with that? Like, we have
it's
stickers?
it is literally it's our passion, it's our heart, and it's not about
Oh,
being scary. It's about the experience and the journey, about where we come from and how we do things. It's who we are. And
you're gonna make me cry on the freaking podcast.
you're
Okay.
welcome.
That's amazing
What
because
was
I
the
think,
other one? When you
oh,
did the
another,
bro-
no, I can't
No,
handle
what was
one.
the other
Oh.
one? The brother one.
Oh, it was what was it?
We weren't created or
Yeah, and I also told her that you weren't born a monster, you were made. Yeah.
Oh
And
boy, that's like deep on 17 different levels.
well,
Like,
I write a
wow.
lot. That's all I do because that's just me.
He
That's
gets
just
bored at work and just starts doodling.
I brain dump a lot. So and
Wow.
I have to do it. So and it does help.
And now that he's discovered this AI stuff, when he brain dumps to the AI, it takes it and makes some crazy stuff.
Yeah, and it's like there's so many opportunities with just haunting, and I'll tell anybody and everybody, try it once, just do it.
I want to know from you all, in your very first scare actor experience. I'm talking like first day, first time, first scare maybe, or at least like first day. What did it grab you then, or did it take longer and what was it about it that just made you go, this is insane, I have to do this?
It was more so like my brother, like when I was like 13, my brother was working at a haunt, and I used to be so terrified of haunted houses. Still am, but we won't talk about that.
Same.
But and the movies, my mom and dad were like basically forced me to watch these movies. I was like, oh, okay. But it was like, and because him and my brother were like best friends back in the day. He had this mask, and they used to just terrorize me. But it's like it got to the point where I love that season. So like in 2006, I was able to breathe. So my brother invited me out to his haunt, and he said, "Hey, you want to come work with me one night?" Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I was able to get a mask, get a costume, and they put me in a scene where it was fallen pictures, And right then and there, the first time I dropped that picture, I dropped them. I saw these random people, and they weren't expecting these pictures to drop, and I dropped them. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, there it was.
Yeah.
And I've been hooked ever since. And then I
Mhm.
haven't missed a year. I met
Every year he talks that, oh, I don't think I'm going to do it this year. I want to focus
Oh
more on
no,
makeup.
dude.
no,
Yeah.
and it never goes away. My house is filled with it. I got
Yeah.
trophies. I met, my lovely old lady at a haunt. We have
Aw.
a child together, and
Oh,
she's a haunter like I am. Not as probably as big as I am when it comes to like being enthusiast and actually being more about it, but she's definitely loves the aspect of it. Um,
wow.
but that first initial moment is like that's when I was like, I'm ready for this.
I can't remember that far back.
I know.
Oh
It's been a
no,
long-
come
it's
on.
been a long
I'm
time.
86.
But no, I mean, for me, I've been doing it since I was 7, and
Yeah.
it was just weird because we've talked about this many times on the show. I mean, I started off as a clown. We had a neighborhood haunt, and one of the older teenagers of the neighborhood was like always trying to get everybody together to put like a little neighborhood haunt in our local woods, and then we would promote it and all this other stuff, get the neighborhood families to come through it. And again, it was just a little cheesy little clown outfit, and he just needed me to do little things, whatever. Okay, cool. But then over the years, I've played all different parts and worked at different haunts and all this other stuff. But anyhow, when we were talking about like the trophy thing and, pride, I
Yeah.
think what really got me was when we went and volunteered at a haunt one year, we were talking about like when you scare somebody so bad to where they drop something or whatever, you take that. And we made it a competition at the one Cincinnati Fear Fest when we were working out there. We made a competition. If they were so scared, like the people that had the red bracelets, those people you were allowed to touch and actually like really scare.
Yeah.
We made it a competition to see how many bracelets we could collect because that only way it stopped is when they took that bracelet off.
We were the finale.
And we would tell them, hand it to me. If you're that scared, hand it to me and it'll stop.
No.
So
See,
at the end of the
I
night,
did
we would
that
collect
too,
them.
so-
And speaking of
Wow.
that moment, what was
Wow.
pretty cool about this opportunity that we had. So the director of this haunt got a hold of me and said, "Hey, like we want to give you an opportunity because like we know that you guys are good actors." I'm like, "All right, cool. What can I do?" And she was like, "Well, I want you to be the doctor." For what? The finale. I'm like, "All right, that's cool." I was
Hmm.
kind of scared and kind of worried. I need a psych patient. This
Yes.
I'm 5'7", all right, so I'm short, and he's 6'2",
6'2".
and he's definitely up there. And so I was a doctor, and I discovered this German accent, and I was doing some crazy stuff, and I'm not proud of the things I was doing to these people. But what the coolest moment is there was 4 owners. 2 owners lived in Ohio, and the other one lived
From Louisiana.
from Louisiana. That weekend, all 4 of them were there together. And Connie, which is what the director's name was, she's like, "You have to see what these guys are doing to these people."
So they snuck in with a big group.
They snuck in, and I found my victim, and I came up with this thing where if they are wearing a red glow bracelet, I don't call it a bracelet, I say blessed with the red wrist. So I tie them down to a chair. I place them in front of 2 jail cells. One has a girl in it named Cynthia that is crying because she's my next victim. And then on the other side of the door is a door that has bars.
It's a jail cell.
It's a jail cell, and there's like a little like shadow
From
in
the
the back,
moonlight.
and you can't see.
You can't see in the corner.
You can't see in the corner, so they don't know what's coming.
Hmm.
So I give this long story about lobotomies and all this other fun stuff and what I'm going to do to them. I'm pouring trough water all over them. I'm pouring
and this
blood,
water's it's nasty.
nasty water.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting them built up. Well, all of a sudden, I see the owners come in, and they're just watching, and they're seeing this girl that I have tied up right now is petrified. But I'm not stopping because she paid for this.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my thing. And we probably got like 15, 20 people just watching me do this terrible thing to this girl. And I get like real close to her ear, and what was your name? What was your name?
Sid?
Sid. I asked her a couple questions about something. I don't know what it was about. And I gave her, like, some fake teeth that I found, and I made them look like they're real, reached in a bag and had, like, baby oil all over it. And I asked her to spell a name for me, which was Sid. I said, what does SID spell? She said it. And we can cuss, and we can just be completely, like you're in a horror movie.
Yeah, it's bad.
And she kept saying it, so I had an actual gun that didn't have no ammo in it.
It just shoots blanks.
Yeah, it just shoots blanks, and I cocked it. And I started backing up. And I said, say it again. So she says it again. And I had the crowd scoot away and go to the walls because some shit's about to go down. And then I back up, I cock it, and I point the gun at the door. And she says it again. Before she gets the name out, he comes bursting out.
I kicked the door open. I kicked the cell door
and
open.
he's strapped up in a straight jacket, blood everywhere, screaming, and he's like all up in her face and grabs hers, throws her straight into the cell, locks it, and then guess what? She's trapped. Her friends can move on.
And we send their friends on, so they're by themselves. So it puts them out of their comfort zone immediately.
So now she's trapped. The owners are sitting here speechless.
Yeah, their jaws
They're
are
like,
dropped.
holy shit. So now I have full control over everybody. Now you're all mine.
Yeah, while he's taking the crowd and like taking them out of the scene, I still have her in the cell with me.
So now I'm entertaining. He's basically terrorizing this girl. The girl, Cynthia, that was technically my next victim, is screaming for help and pain. There was so much going on. And the owners and everybody came up to us, were like, who the fuck are you? Yeah. And it's just like that heart feel moment was like, that's us. That's just we
just a regular Tuesday. It's
we're paper makers.
Yeah.
That's what we do for a living. We're paper makers. And on Fridays and Saturdays we'll terrorize you.
That is intense. And again, big chicken. I need to be on the other side. I'm totally fine being in a haunt family and being on the other side.
Yeah.
I'm great with that. That's where I need to be living. I don't need to be going through any of your haunts ever, probably. Except for Scream Score, I would probably do it. I'd probably do it. Or I would give it to somebody else and have them go through. But it's powerful.
I'll tell you what. I appreciate you giving us the opportunity for this, and talking, and hopefully we actually get to meet you in person when we go to Transworld. Oh, I know we will.
We're gonna do it.
I'll definitely keep in contact and keep throwing your stuff around to help you guys out.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And as soon as we're done with this episode, we'll write it up and then we'll post it. It should be up around like 7:30 Eastern time on all major platforms, and we'll go from there.
Let's go. Let's keep making scary stuff and elevate. Like,
awesome.
Give people new ideas for an industry that really is a lot of fun.
Awesome.
And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me on, and
you're welcome.
Keep coming with the ideas. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh man, that was cool. That was that's an Where's your clap button, Steve? Dude. Guys, listen to me. If you're a haunt owner and you want to know what your improvement is, you don't even have to be a haunter. You can be somebody in an industry that's all about thrill and wants to know. Go to fucking Scream Score. Follow them on Instagram. Go to their website. Read about it. And Heather is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
She's low-key, maybe high-key. I'm going to say high-key. She's a haunter. She helps haunters. She helps haunt industries. She helps the business, the community. And for her to just now climbing that fucking ladder, dude.
Again,
like you said, dude, it's going to be endless, man.
It is. The app itself, that's the beautiful thing about apps nowadays. the sky's the limit. However you want to be creative with it, and hers is so universal for
Oh my God,
all
dude.
different things.
She dug
So I
and
think
dug
if
and
she's
found
got
gold,
the
dude.
right trademarks, patents, whatever you want to call it, in place, that app is going to be big.
I know, and again, guys, we know this is just a bonus episode, but you know what? That right there was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool, and it was a different episode for us, but I'm happy we did that. And I will be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to dive too deep into it because I didn't want to know the answers yet. So I did a brief little thing about it, and I knew there was more.
Yeah.
I knew there was more.
But
And she
it worked
fucking
out good.
fuck yeah,
Worked out
dude.
good.
Dude, and it's our longest episode.
Yeah,
So you're
definitely
welcome for
definitely a long episode.
But it was a lot of information and a lot of stuff that she's doing. It's going to help us out, guys. What's your Scream score?
Mine, I don't know. I haven't done it.
We will. I'm gonna fucking find out.
I don't have a smartwatch.
You need to find one.
Well, I don't want one.
Okay. Well, then you can't know your Scream score.
Well, you can do it on yours.
I know. All right, guys. Well, again, that was Heather from Scream Score. Lovely lady, and she has an amazing opportunity for all these haunters and haunt owners out there, and many
Opportunities are endless, so go check it out.
more. Go fucking check it out, please. God, I'm gonna share a lot of her stuff. Like I'm honestly, I'm proud of her for doing that. That is so cool.
We're so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you. Thanks, Heather. But other than that, guys, it's been a lovely day. It's a random episode, but you know what? I'm happy we did that because she was fucking cool. With that being said, Steve, do you have anything to say?
Good to go.
Good to go. Well, again, guys, my name's Arthur, and I go by Snags, and that is Steve, and he goes by Mr. Sweets. You guys have a lovely Friday, or whenever you do listen to this, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you stay spooky, stay classy, and happy haunting.
Deuces.
Deuces, guys.
This ride on the Dark Carousel may be over, but the horrors are far